stop clipping my show. Can I ask why? I said, you never asked me. They're always really long. It was just talking with Chrissy about it, and it kind of just takes away from my show. I'm sorry, man. It's my show. I just thought it diluted it a little bit. I guess I'm wrong.
She found herself in the hot seat now because she's talking about someone people want to talk about, me. She's finally got a little traction because of that. And now she's getting hit in the fucking teeth by people because they're calling out that, they feel that she looks dishonest. They feel that it's a bad look the way she's gone about things. They're criticizing her. She seems like someone who goes where the wind blows and where the cloud blows. And she's getting shit on for it. I mean, you've got to...
For Christ's sake, I guess...
I'm so sorry. You're taking gobs of money out of my pocket.
No, just tell him.
Zero content for yourself.
You've got to be willing to take that. You've got to be willing to handle that. It's part of the deal. It's just the fucking internet. Do a show and then go do shit.
Of these fucking grifting scavenger assholes.
Thank you.
Of these fucking grifting scavenger assholes.
Thank you.
They straight up clip your show. They do not make it transformative. They do zero commentary. They add nothing creatively. Yet you have the fucking gall to give you sass when you suddenly are like, yeah, maybe an hour is too much. And then they go, oh, you already gave me your permission. Well, motherfucker, this is based on your literal grace, okay?
Right.
Which you can revoke at any moment.
All right, I revoke my grace. Stop clipping my show.
Frank and Chrissy are notoriously known for going after anybody, not even just clippers, but anybody who like rebroadcasts their content and not asking them to take it down, but they just, they resort right to a strike. So that's my issue. I don't want you to, because anything can be resolved through a text.
I know,
well, yeah,
maybe
I know.
That's them, but I've never struck anyone in my life. They helped me draft a text to send to him.
I was
because
gonna
if you're
say-
going to be an asshole about it,
I was gonna say I have the
right.
I have the DM right here, and it's literally, it sounds like Chrissy is speaking for you.
They helped me write it.
I'm gonna read it.
I wouldn't
do
lie.
Do you mind if I read it?
That's just the last one that he got, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then he didn't respond to me after that. But then I'll send you the rest of it where he's like a fucking douche. That's fine.
I'll
You
read
can
that too.
it, sure.
Yeah, I'll read that too. But yeah, this is because when I read this, I'm like, this isn't even Keanu. This sounds like Chrissy or Frank or both. But it's like, here's the deal. I'll read this. Hold that thought. It says, here's the deal. At this point, you're no longer have my permission to use the clip. We have no contract or agreement, and you have continued on by my grace alone. And I am formally and officially requesting you remove and delete any and all clips that you lifted from my shows and streams. If you do not do so by tomorrow at 9 a.m. Why 9 a.m., by the way? It sounds like a mafia.
They helped
time.
me write it. Okay, listen, they have my best interests at heart. They're two of my very best friends.
Okay.
They helped me write it, okay? So I'm sorry, but they do. They've done a lot for me. I have no complaints about them, and they're probably right. And this guy was a dick. So, yeah, did they help me write it? Yes, obviously. But that's what he gets, And I, again, have no other trouble with any other clippers. Everyone is nothing but nice, not like personally attacking me. You know what I mean?
I sent Will Heron a very simple message that said, look, man, I know you're not the biggest fan of mine, but I will always, those clippers have a right to clip whatever the fuck they want, take whatever they want from all our shows. Citizen M has clipped some nasty shit about us. That's part of the game, dude. That's how this shit works.
An hour is not exactly a clip.
No, and I did say
show, right?
And before I did say I really appreciate it. Just put my channel in the things. Just don't make it an hour. But maybe now I'm allowed to revoke that. Maybe now I'm allowed to revoke
The
it.
second your content hits 8 minutes in length, you can monetize that. So,
Thank you.
So anything over that is taking your money, and
Right.
you're doing nothing with it.
I mean, that's what people do. They clip parts of your show because it gets them views. If anything, you should take it as an honor. They think your show is big enough and worthwhile enough that they'll get some hits off of clipping your shit. That's why no matter how much people want me to, I can't hate Patrick Melton. It's a supreme compliment that guy was going nowhere before he started watching me.
Thank you.
No
Thank you.
sympathy for these people. They have no scruples.
They have no
Why
scruples.
should you have sympathy for them? They're not.
You're right, and I'm too nice. And so then I said, so then he sent me a message of mine. He was like, "We have a problem."
Oh, really? A problem with your content? By the way, and the fact that he's like, well, you used my clips of you. It's still you, so there's no way you can get in trouble using literally clips of
So
you.
then he said, "So we have a little problem. I did ask you for permission, and you gave it to me." And then I said, "Well, I didn't ask you to take anything down. I'm just saying in the future." I mean, this is crazy.
Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says Chrissie and Keanu want to sue Clippers. They claim the people making the content should get paid by the Clippers. I don't believe that. I put this shit out publicly on YouTube. They can clip it. I make my money. I'm happy with what I make. I'm happy with what my audience supports. And what do these clips get? Like a good clip of me gets what, 3,000-4,000? Even if that's fully monetized, that's maybe $50. Are you hard up for $50? Do you need me to float you alone?
Well, he asked me for permission to post clips of your show.
Wow,
And then I
okay.
went, I don't know how she feels about that.
And I have literally already told this person, back the fuck off, make your own content. You cannot clip my show. And that doesn't mean ask other members of the show if you can upload clips.
Right. So then he goes, also, the clip is of your stream sniping Aaron, who spoke with and have full permission to use his clips. Okay.
Aaron's clips have nothing to do with you, because you were doing what? Transforming the content.
Right. I said, I'm fully aware. Just asking for the future. I'm not asking you to take anything down.
Way too fucking nice.
So then he sent me, he said, another small thing in your video, this one, the Untoward Tuesday 37.
So the BYB podcast had this TV's Will Heron on because Will Heron said, Keanu's been threatening my channel, or Keanu's been telling me to stop clipping her. And I guess Frank and Chrissy got involved in some way and were helping Keanu draft some letter. I will say this, when Patrick Melton, actually, if Patrick's listening to this, he might be interested in this. When Patrick Melton started going after us, Frank Pellegrino wrote to me and he goes, you know, you can strike this guy. You can report this guy. Here's what you write. Here's the options you can go to. Click on this, click here, go here. You can report him. This is bullshit what he's doing, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, you know what? I don't feel right. I'm not going to report this guy. That's not the way to do things. That's fucking horseshit. This guy has a right to have his show, say his stuff, do what he wants to do. Maybe that's just being in broadcasting a long time. Maybe that's just not being a bitch. But Patrick has a right to do what he wants to do. But Frank did give me instructions on how to strike someone's channel. Or not strike someone's channel, how to report someone's channel.
I don't want to fight. I think you are really lovely. I maybe have one more of your clips I'm about to upload.
No, dude.
I just said, I know.
Where do these people have confidence?
They're so mean. I said, all right, I didn't ask you to take anything down. I was just asking as a friend in the future if you could not do it because I'm trying to hire my own clip person and it dilutes my content. I guess you're going to do whatever you want to do anyway, and I'm too nice to do anything about it, so whatever. But I guess I revoked
this last
that,
message, fuck him.
And then he goes, how about this?
How about this? I won't clip it unless it's something to do with Ricada and Imholt. The literally most hot click button topics. I won't clip your stuff unless it's to do with Ricada, still a hot button topic, and Imholt, still a hot button topic, still very much clickable stuff.
Read that.
I don't want to make a problem for you. Let's be cool. I am just confused as to why you don't thank me for putting your content in front of thousands of people. Fuck you, dude. What's this person? TV's Will Heron?
Yeah.
You fucking uncreative, grifting twat.
And by the way, I don't think Frank's a nasty, I'm not saying this to say Frank's a nasty, evil, terrible guy.
I'm saying it. Frank's an evil, nasty, terrible guy. Anyone who tries to go after people's fucking livelihoods is an evil, nasty person.
You're allowed to, that's also something you're allowed to do. I only say it because Keanu brings up Frank and Chrissy, or Will Heron brings up Frank and Chrissy in this clip. So Will clips Keanu. Will clips me. Will clips a bunch of people. But Keanu has a fucking problem with him clipping her. Now, if someone has a problem with, if you have a problem with someone clipping you, then don't do a fucking show. I'm sorry to be so blunt about it, but that's the only way you can stop that. And if you're going to be shaken up by people making clips of you so you can't control the narrative about yourself, then you're probably not cut out for this. You're probably not as thick-skinned and badass as you think you are. If you can't handle little old Will Heron making a few YouTube clips about it. Patrick Melton has been so far up my ass for the last year and a half that he knows what I have for breakfast every morning.
Aaron coming out with some, I gotta say, I believe him. I definitely believe Aaron in this case.
I asked one person.
You're way too nice.
My God. And then he went and told the whole world.
I'm so annoyed for you.
I'm annoyed for myself.
Sorry to, I didn't mean
No,
that.
I'm glad. I'm glad you could explain that for me.
How gay do you have to be afraid of Frank and Chrissy and Keanu? That's a very beta move to be like, I better shut my channel down because Frank and Chrissy are mad at me.
Thought I was doing the right thing.
All right. You're doing the gay thing. Be a man and stand up for yourself. Tell them to go fuck themselves.
I gotta come clean here. I was approached by Frank
Don't make up something.
This is not made up at all. And I've been keeping this to myself for a long time, and it's not a big deal, but it's legit. I was approached by Frank a couple years ago. Chad played my stand-up. He played my entire stand-up clip on his show, and Frank reached out to me the next day and gave me specific directions on how to strike his channel for playing my copyright rated material, and I ended up getting I actually ended up going through with it because I was fucking pissed at Chad at the time, and it got declined. But Frank was like, here's what you should do and how you should do it, because fuck this guy, he's been fucking with me and Chrissy for a long time, so let's fucking push back on him.
That's like Teflon Don with this shit. You know what I mean? It's like, it's always, I think Chad knows somebody at YouTube. He hardly ever gets into trouble. He does all kinds of weird shit, and he plays your stand-up, and he sniped my show for about 6 years. And after 5.5 years, YouTube's like, all right, enough's enough, Chad. We're gonna give you 2-week timeout.
Well, it was great because it was like one of my few stand-up sets that I had online. So I like tried to argue that he was affecting monetarily, me.
Yeah, but YouTube knows.
YouTube was like, this is garbage, buddy. He's like, you're not a stand-up.
YouTube knows you're not making any money.
Yeah, YouTube must have looked at my clip and they were like, this isn't funny.
The same thing they would do to Keanu if she said this guy's affecting my. They'd be like, who are you?
Right.
She's like, I'm married to. I'm Gino Visconti's betrothed, and they're like, who? Oh, he used to do In Hot Water. I mean, it's like, what? Unless you're going after a big channel or music or NFL, they don't have the time and they don't have enough time in the day to even consider these nonsense things. Keanu doesn't like you watching her show. It's the what?
Well,
Be a man, Will Heron, and go fuck yourself.
Here's the thing. It wasn't that she didn't like the clips. It was the comments in the clips were all so overwhelmingly negative about Keanu and what a dumb was. That's what set her off.
I think
they're very, very egotistical, image over anything sort of people.
On your channel, all the comments were negative?
Yes.
I get all kinds of comments and stuff like that, like 120 comments a video.
So that's what she.
Yeah, that she was a dead-eyed, boring. Had absolutely no talent whatsoever. Fucking this Chrissy Mayr's lapdog. Fucking sounds like Gino now. She's taking on his mannerisms and his way of life. It's disgusting. So.
Yeah, I think that probably aided in it as well, getting her upset and bringing it all together the way she did. But
if those clips had positive things to say about her, which I want to be very clear, not one positive thing was said about her whatsoever. Like having your dog shit mom on. Yeah, so she's like, no, I'm somebody.
No, my clips didn't say bad things like that. The comments did.
No, we got it.
Okay.
Well, you're being like, hey, I didn't do it. My comments did. I don't.
I just want the record to be straight, man.
Do they have to? The comments people have to run them by you before they put it up?
They do, but I
get permissions.
I just let it go.
Do they have to ask you if they can put these comments up? You're insane. It's a free for all out there. And
you're right. Just be nice, but you're right. I need to be a dick. You're right.
You don't have to be a dick. Just be a man. Be a man, like in The Godfather.
You can act like a man!
And mommy, it's not just my content, it's your content too. What if he clips your magnificent breast?
We're doing it. Bob doesn't even know how to fucking send a link to anybody.
I guess Frank and Chrissy got involved in some way and were helping Keanu draft it.
All right.
And now it's starting to spread like it's and now it's starting to spread like a cancer into the Chrissy Mayr universe, the Simpcast universe. Everyone now hates fucking Frank. Everyone now hates fucking Chrissy.
Chad, you want to come on? I'll send you the link. Merch, it's getting to Mersh. Listen, I'm a fan. I don't know why, but I'm a fan of Mersh. I like his glasses and his cats. But when Mersh is reporting that everybody hates Chrissy and Frank, it's official. Everybody hates Chrissy and Frank because they're trying to fucking bully everybody.
Yeah, my YouTube feed has been filled up with anti-Chrissy and Frank stuff.
Good.
YB podcast had this TV's Will Heron on because Will Heron said Keanu's been threatening my channel, or Keanu's been telling me to stop.
TV's Will Heron. First of all, that's the greatest YouTube name of all time. TV's Will Heron. I mean, even when you hear that, you go, "Oh, this guy must be a big deal." And then you have him on your show. You're like, "Huh?"
Well, he still puts out good clips, though.
No, it was yesterday was funny, but it was
it was.
No, you'd think this guy's gonna be like fucking David Letterman or Johnny Carson or Bob Hope or somebody. TV's Bob Hope.
Yeah.
Clipping her. And I guess Frank and Chrissy got involved in some way and were helping Keanu draft some letter. I will say this. When Patrick Melton, actually, if Patrick...
First of all, I don't even know if we need Sorcerer tonight. These clips are so juicy. You know, it's like when you're at a steakhouse, Mr. Kill, and they bring you a big steak, and you're like, "Oh, this steak, I'm going to be chewing on this for like an hour. Then I'm going to give it to my dog."
Yep.
These are some juicy clips. We got Mersh talking and watching Steel Toe, talking about Melton, talking about Chrissy and Frank, and Keanu's there too. And even a Mr. Pillow's there.
Patrick's listening to this. He might be interested in this. When Patrick Melton started going after us, Frank Pellegrino wrote to me and he goes, you can strike this guy. You can report this guy. Here's what you write. Here's the options you can go to. Click.
So Frank.
Sorry to cut you off, Mersh. I know Frank Pellegrino. I mean, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this, but he got Misery Loves Clips YouTube channel demonetized. And as far as I know that for a fact. And I'm guessing he got Pat Dixon's channel taken down the first time, and which led to Pat Dixon have all kinds of problems because once you got your channel nuked the first time, as we found out, they don't like it if you try to start a new YouTube channel. The second time it got shut down, I think it was Gino, but it could have still been Frank because Frank tells everybody how to get. Who was on yesterday, and they were saying, "Oh, if you want to get this," I can't even remember, but somebody was. Was it Stevie Lou? I can't even remember, but I remember they were like, "Yeah." Frank reached out to me, he said, "If you want to get their channel taken down, this is what you do."
I was approached by Frank a couple years ago. Chad played my stand-up. He played my entire stand-up clip on his show, and Frank reached out to me the next day and gave me specific directions on how to strike his channel for playing my copyright rated material.
Pellegrino is a
Whoa! Look at the cat. Even the cat's like, we don't say that here. We don't like those words here.
Frank Pellegrino is
okay. You can't say that. What channel is this?
This is he's on Rumble.
That's on Twitter.
Yeah, this clipped on Twitter, but he broadcasts on Rumble.
Yeah, but we can't say that here.
I don't feel right. I'm not going to report this guy. That's not the way to do things. That's fucking horseshit. This guy has a right to have his show, say his stuff.
Oh, wait. Steel Toe sided with Melton over Chrissy and Frank. Wow.
Do what he wants to do. Maybe that's just being in broadcasting a long time. Maybe.
Right. Free speech, but not Frank and Chrissy.
That's just not being a bitch. But Patrick has a right to do what he wants to do. But Frank did.
Well, that's kind of a cuck move by Steel Toe. I mean, the guy's fucking him in the ass, and he's like, wear a condom, do what you do, whatever. Come on.
Yeah, but everybody's taking hands against all of them. Even clip channels I follow that do not follow you or any of this stuff has been clipping them on this, making fun of them.
Frank and Chrissy?
Yeah, everybody. All the clip
Give
channels
me instructions on how to strike someone's channel. Or not strike someone's channel, how to report someone's channel.
Right.
And by the way, I don't think Frank's a nasty... I'm not saying this to say Frank's a nasty, evil, terrible guy.
I'm saying it. Frank's an evil, nasty, terrible. Well, guy. Anyone who tries to go after people's fucking livelihoods is an evil, nasty person.
You're allowed to. That's also something you're allowed to do. I only say it because Keanu brings up Frank and Chrissy, or Will Heron brings up Frank and Chrissy in this.
TV's Will Heron. TV's Will Heron.
Clip. But Aaron coming out with some, I got to say, I believe him.
Yeah, we know about him because somebody, and I know it wasn't Chad. Somebody, I think yesterday said, maybe it was Stevie Lowe.
I'm trying to remember. I think I know what you're talking about.
No, somebody said Frank reached out to them and said, if you want to report their channel, do this. Maybe it was TV's Will Heron.
We believe Aaron in this case.
Wow.
And now it's starting to spread like a cancer into the Chrissie Mayr universe.
Wow. We're caught up.